I can show you better. This is the Parallelium chip we created, and it's gonna be the one that is gonna be in the pack. Um, I don't remember right now if this is an attacking chip, like a war chip, or a chip for how to call this exploration. But it looks pretty cool. That's what I can tell you from now.
Really cool, man. I Yeah, it's whoa, man, really nice. Nice. That's really it's a This game really remember me of that famous game that is not NFT, is the the big game, Evo, Evo online.
Yeah, that game is pretty cool. I never played. I actually want to play it. Um, but yeah, no, I haven't. You played it before?
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
I played it once too. It's really hard to understand what's going on. Too much information on the screen on that game. A lot
Yeah,
of
yeah.
things.
Well, look, to begin, I will put the website of your game. Let's introduce each other. First of all, hello everyone. From my
Hello,
side, I'm David Mijares, CEO of the Sasori Metaverse company, and we are creating and we're going to be promoting on this conversation GalaxyDust, our NFT game. And here we have from Brazil.
hello guys. My name is Tich or Thiago, my real name, but Tich is okay. I am the CMO on Parallelium, an RPG game that is coming in the next months, and We will be talking about it in the conversation here today. We also, yeah, that's it. Since you are presenting to your community, I would say
Yeah.
that they already know you, so it's just that.
Yeah, so this is the website of the game. Nice to meet you again, Tiago.
Nice to meet you, man.
Pete. Uh, I met Tiago before. We were talking about Parallelium game, GalaxyDust, obviously to get to the agreement of making a partnership.
Yeah.
And as you're gonna see on this video and transmission and conversation, there are a lot of things in the economy of Parallelium and GalaxyDust that are similar.
Yes.
So I invite you to whomever is listening now that might understand English from my community, ask any questions. And later on, our team is gonna make a summary in Spanish for everyone that wants to understand what we talked, and we're gonna announce it in the communities, right? So thank you again for listening. And yeah, let's start little by little. I remember that one thing that from our conversation is that Tiago has a lot of ideas from well, the project team has a lot of ideas that are very related and are very similar to what we're doing.
Yeah.
Um, I would like it if you can talk a little bit of how you came to create Parallelium, where it comes from, like.
Yeah, I wish that Alan could talk about it better than me, because when you are the creator, you can bring all your ideas, the lore of the project. But from what he says and what we know is that, like, he has a dream of creating a game since he is a child, very young. So he started creating RPGs and a lot of games to pass the time, because he likes programming. He has YouTube channel from 2024, something like that, on YouTube. It's very old, more than 10 years ago. So he likes to program, do the code. So he
Yeah,
always tried to create something, games or something like that. And he's been like creating the lore of this game for years. He started to write some kind of books on. He even has the lore, the history of the game on Facebook, in a Facebook page. And yeah, he's like imagining all this universe of the game. And he came to to know he decided to put it into action. So he started developing the game 1 year ago. He started developing Parallelium, but only this year that we made it public. He made it public. So it's a really new project, let's say like that. I joined it this year too in the project. He really wants to develop a fun game. The similarities here are really interesting. We have a lot. I will talk more about it, but we have a lot of things that are similar in both projects. In GalaxyDust and Parallelium, we have a lot of similarities. Like when I opened the website of GalaxyDust, I saw about the token. I saw that GalaxyDust has the idea of a more stable token, then that's something that we also have. But yeah, going back to the how it how it started. Alan wanted to create a game, RPG game, where it was full of content, a lot of lore. That's what Parallelium is becoming, a real game where people will have fun, explore a lore, stories, discover histories, mysteries, a lot of things like that. He really likes to write histories about dreams that he has. I think every creator is somehow crazy. So he dreams about something, he writes it, and he wants to put it on the game. But it's really cool. Yeah, that's how it started. He really wanted to create this universe because he is dreaming about it for a long time, I think. That's what he says. So, and he also wanted to, he started investing in these NFT games, but he saw that most of the games are not really games. They are just games that say that they are games, but they are not really games. They just click animation and receive a token. Like, it's really just that. There is nothing else. There are a lot of examples of games that are like that. Oh, battle, and then it's just that.
Yeah, gameplay. No gameplay games.
Yeah, there is nothing. It could have some text to explain what is going on, like the old RPGs. But most of these games are just a farming game. Like, put it, it's really. So he wanted to create something that is playable, and with an economy that can be stable, because in most of games that are not into the blockchain, there is one thing and there is one problem: you can't sell their tokens. So that's the problem, and our solution is to bring a project where you'll be able to sell the in-game token. That's basically what Parallelium is. If I could put it simple, it's RPG, normal game, where you can sell your in-game token. That's just it. Just imagine Tibia or Albion, if you could sell their in-game tokens. Of course, it would have some small value, but you could make some money, by just playing without the return of investment idea. That's what we are creating here. And how? Now it's my turn to ask you how the idea of GalaxyDust came, like, to your mind.
Well, actually, that's a very interesting point, because even though I have developed the concept of the project that you see right now, GalaxyDust has also some sort of past history. My business partner, let's say co-CEO of the project, Emilio, is here on the call. He doesn't speak English very fluently. He understands and can write it, but he is better. He speaks very well Spanish. That I can tell you. The point is that he created himself the game when he was a teenager, many years ago, without the idea of making it an NFT.
Just a game.
just a game. Yeah, and he is a very how to say active gamer. Like he plays a lot of video games. And one of the games he liked the most in the past, like in those years, we're talking probably about 8 years ago,
Hmm.
was a game.
What?
The whole game is very similar to GalaxyDust in this web game in the space. It's like more basic than If Online, but kind of the same uh, idea.
Hmm.
So he liked it and he started creating something similar to it with his own touch and idea of the game. And by the time he finished it, he programmed it with a game no se escucha cuando hablas Saso. You cannot hear me?
I can hear you.
Hello?
Hello.
In the Twitch, they cannot hear me. Let me check.
Let me check here because
Oh,
I.
yeah. Thank you for telling me. Gracias por decirme. So all this time, you guys wasn't listening to
I didn't
on
know
Twitch.
too, man. I muted mine because I'm on Discord, so I didn't know.
Okay, so now you can hear me.
I'm on.
Me escuchan en Twitch también, ¿no? You can
Yes.
hear me.
Now it's on Twitch. It's working.
Okay.
It's on.
Okay. I chose some spoilers of what is coming. Okay. So thank you guys. What I was saying is that um, yeah, so he created all the game program, all the basics of that game,
Mhm.
and then by the time he was doing that and started again to work on it, when the NFTs started to become famous, at that point, like at the end of last year, I was making money investing in NFT games without gameplay, the Pyramid Scheme ones,
Mhm.
and I was making content and making money, like a lot of liquidity. So I wanted to start this company I have now, and I wanted to start creating real games, like proper games.
Yeah.
And that's when I started to look for programmers and everything to develop. To develop other sort of game. Actually, I think I told you in private that my dream is to make a RPG game,
Yes.
MMORPG, like with epic, with swords and magic.
Yeah.
Uh, and that was the idea. That was what I was looking for. But my biggest investments in NFTs were in a game that is called Star Atlas. It's
Mhm.
a based, you know this one.
Yes. We
It's
have
a
a
I
guild.
have a I put thousands of dollars on it, like a lot of money on this game, and a lot of money on police. I still have the chips, but the police is like very like it divided by 15 the price or something since I invested.
Mhm.
So as I was looking at all these games, I was checking that it's not. I mean, I couldn't keep doing this anymore about going to pyramid schemes, and I'm not because I wanted to play a game. There was a moment where I fell into a scam that was called crypto farming or something like this.
Mhm.
But the worst part is that I really like the game and the idea, but they just took all the money. So what I did was I started gathering the people, and by the time I was gonna make the other game, I met Emilio, and he had already all Galaxy Does with a website, with an idea. So I came to him and I was like, okay, I like what you're doing, and I just think that we could do this concept. So I have the liquidity, I have the concept, you have the game, you have the idea, we can put it together and we make a better version of Galaxy Does. So he agreed. He has been the best partner, man. Like you have no idea. I cannot describe. Like when we started talking, he was like, okay, I can design and I can do this, and you do the numbers. And we've been like that so on, and it's been working so far so good. And I am very happy of how it started. I think it's a pretty cool story. Yeah.
A life role, like let's say like that, life partnership. That you can take for all your life. It's really amazing, man. So you took a project that already existed, let's say like that. It's not the same game that we see right now. It has something else before,
Yeah,
which totally different. So
completely different. Yeah, like you cannot even compare. Because actually, I mean, this is something that in Spanish AMAs, we have a year almost working together and we have talked with the community. We are always very honest and transparent.
mhm,
And one of the things we say is like, yeah, at that point the project was not going well because it had the typical economical scheme that everybody else was having, but not because Emilio wanted to scam anybody, but just because he didn't know other scheme. He just wanted a game, you know. So I arrived and I changed all that, and that's what we have now, like a proper economical system and everything.
yeah, I won't blame him because when at that time it has the hype, it has the economy of the moment to like people get rich by playing it automatically. So I understand why it is different from now. Um, yeah. So about your project token, how does it work? In the last private call, I didn't ask it much about it, but for our project, in your case, we will be having a token, in-game token, and we use BUSD. So it will
Yeah,
be like 10,000 for one BUSD, and vice versa. So they can exchange that. So that's how they earn in the game. So, but we don't generate the in-game token. So they will
exactly.
have to buy the token to buy armors and sell armors to get more of this in-game token. How does your economy works? Like, how it's exactly working today?
Yeah, I need you to excuse me for a second and ask you something.
Okay.
Can you hear my dog, sleeping through my microphone?
If I can hear
Can you?
your dog sleeping.
Yeah,
No, no man.
no, because he's a French bulldog and he's snoring so hard right now, and I'm like so ashamed, and I want to wake him up if you guys are listening to
No, no.
him. Doing
It's
a
alright. We
podcast.
can't hear your dog.
You-
No, no.
Wow, this microphone is very good. It's super good.
Yeah, it's the good microphones are like that. They can
Wow,
bring some noise. A lot of noise.
amazing. Because you will be here, you will be super surprised as I am. Okay, so I'm sorry for that little
No problem.
comment. I needed to make sure you were not listening to the little monster. And I continue.
Sure.
I'm sorry, I just cannot keep him away from me. He's like my best friend. Okay, um, Galaxy Dust Economy. I love that you talk a little bit about yours because this is so, like I told you in the call, like so people don't think that I'm the only crazy one doing the differently.
Mhm.
I think this is the only way or the beginning of the real economical systems of games. Because I actually very interesting last night. I was having a conversation about this with somebody that has investments in Bitcoin, and it's very true what he was saying, and it's something that is real. I mean, it's not a secret, and it's the fact that not all tokens are going to survive to the future, as not all the web services survived the merge of the internet in the world. Like some applications like email, they did, but many other ones they did not because they were not useful.
Yeah.
So a lot of tokens in the blockchain industry are gonna last, are gonna actually be useful because of the company that backs them up or because of the usage that they have in the world. But really, not all of these alt tokens are gonna disappear. I think we're gonna leave a lot of phases of the crypto world and the crypto industry. I don't know how to call it,
Mhm.
but one of the first ones we're gonna leave, and it's gonna be huge, is all the debt of all these altcoins because they make no sense.
Yeah.
You know?
You have a lot of just the let's say track of the shadows of the past tokens, all these craziness of coins, a lot of things. I agree with your statement. That's really
Yeah.
only if with the tokens or coins that really has a real use. It's being a token company or a coin for the company, more a stable coin that can survive in that time. But yeah, you can continue and you're
And please, let's keep it like this because this is exactly what I think we wanted to do with the community. Just an introduction of this amazing person that I just talked to him like twice or three times already in the text and stuff. You have such a cool vibe, like so chill and everything. I like talking with Tit so much. Or Tiago. It's easier for me to say Tiago, but because Tit sounds like weird. I don't know how to pronunciate it properly.
no problem. It's you
Tiago is name, by the way.
what?
Tiago.
Oh, it Chago is what? I it
Uh,
could.
and then full name is from Brazil, or
Oh,
right? Or
yeah, I'm from Brazil.
yeah.
Our team is from Brazil actually. And
Mm,
talking about team, where is your team from? Like where they are from, most of them.
well, I will tell you where my team is from, and I will also answer the question of the common knowledge so people don't think I evaded it. The team is myself from Venezuela, Emilio from Spain. All the blockchain programming team is in different parts of Russia.
Oh.
Russia, yeah, mostly Russia.
Mm.
Then we have the programming team of the actual game, of the backend of the game now, which is a Spanish programmer that takes care of everything. Then we have another Russian team that is taking care of the designs and front end of the web. And finally, we have a Mexican designer who is the guy that, with Emilio, is creating all of the chips of the game right now,
Mm-hmm.
all the 3D versions, these that we show you. And actually, this I'm super proud of. I feel lucky. I cannot stop saying it. A lot of this designer we have in our team. His name is Alexis. He's from Mexico. Mexico has, in my opinion, one of the best, like not one of the best designers in general in the world. Like they are very famous and people don't know like how good they are. I think, but Mexico designers are extremely good in my opinion, and this is the designer that created this art for us and
It's really
most of the NFTs that you see now. So we are a little bit scrambled around the world. We have Manuel from Brazil too. He's excellent part of the team. He's learning also how to design to help us with the communications in the team. We have from Argentina David and Peyton. They are the directors of the communication team. From Venezuela, we have also part of the support team for the tickets and human resources. So
it's a
yeah,
really complete team from everywhere, right? Your team is like in every corner of the globe. Or
with
team, in other hand, it's more from Brazil. I think it's yeah. Everyone in the team right now is from Brazil. More,
Brazil. Everyone from the team.
yeah, everyone is from Brazil. But
Vaya,
because we even don't have any moderator right now, but soon we will have, so we can say that we have more people from other corners of the globe. But for now, it's all from Brazil because we are still growing. So it's it we go slowly for doing a step by step, and then we open more doors. And one question for you. I saw you on your Discord that you are hiding. I saw it. You are hiring some community manager or something like that. If you want to like you know um, talk about it, because maybe you can find someone. That's how we find our team actually. It's a curiosity for you. Everyone from our team came from the community, so maybe it's a good thing if you like talk and talk if the community, if they want to join or participate on your team. Always there is always someone that can join your team. We
Yeah.
have two good, really good um, programmers, software engineers that are in your team right today. They came from the community. It's really amazing. Like they were just in the community talking, participating on everything, and then they just came to us and like, hey, do you want some help with this? How can we help? And then they joined it, and now we have the possibilities of bringing the multiplayer to our game, you know. So it's really amazing. Like we are, I think the like you say, Emilio is the guy that you talked. Uh,
Yeah.
this kind of close friendship is really important in a team, because some of the teams of projects, they are most often are paid, just paid. If they stop to receive anything, they just keep quiet the project because they don't believe they just working. So it's really important when you bring people that believe in your project. That's the thing. That's what I meant here. When you bring
So
people that really believe in your project, it really make the difference in the long term and everything.
kind of like this we started because before I started the game and anything with the company, we were a very small Discord community, but just about crypto and NFTs. Because I started creating games and the Twitch channel and everything just to give information in Spanish to people,
Hmm.
because I saw a lot of information in English but nothing in Spanish at that time. And the little information that was in Spanish was mostly scam. So I started just to create videos with a very little I know, or I knew, better to say. And I started to, because of making the videos, I needed to be informed. So I started reading a lot and learning a lot about this. So the community started to grow, grow, grow. By the time I decided that I wanted to open the company, I did, and started all this trip I'm doing. Um, I already have all these people from everywhere around the world. So basically, I just said, "Hey, we are finally doing it. We're creating the game. Who is with me?" And basically, most of the people that was talking with me at the time started working with me. Most people started to add to the team, and it's been a magical experience. I cannot say nothing less than that. It's been literally magical, a magical experience. I'm super happy from the good things and bad things that have happened, because the bad things haven't been so far so bad. So I consider ourselves very lucky. I wanted to tell you because I don't want to again to let it go just the topic, the economy of Galaxy Dust. I make the comment that these tokens are going away as a introduction of the economy of Galaxy Dust, because this is a game. Yeah, Galaxy Dust is a game, but it's a big project with many phases, many stages, and many things like this. What I'm trying to say is that the economy we see today of the game, and the game we see today is just the beginning, but just the beginning of so many other things. And because of that, we need to keep in mind when we join in these kind of games, and I think it's going to be exactly the same for Parallelium. Games, real economy. This is what I mean. That you need to make such a complex system to support and to keep sustainable all the systems, all the subsystems inside the structure of the algorithm, because if you don't do this part, the everything falls away. And if one part of the chain doesn't work in such a system, most of the time the whole system won't work. What I'm trying to say with all this is that, for example, if you have a game that has a token that has fluctuating price,
Mhm.
you need to have a lot of other things outside of the game. There is no other one. A lot of people have done the math on this. There is no other way. You have to have support from outside of the game in order to keep the game going, and in order to keep, because the game is not going to be a game that is sustainable. Is the game is supposed to be, when you do it with this kind of token, it's supposed to be a game that is part of something bigger. For example, the best example, and many people don't know this, is Axie Infinity. Axie Infinity was a game that started that had token with fluctuating price. But the reason why that game survived so long, it was not only because of the reinvestment of the people that was on the game. Of course not. Was because of the big brother that it had, Binance. Binance was putting millions of dollars into this game because Binance uses this game for people to create Binance accounts, to do Binance transfers, and everything was done through Binance. So while you were thinking that you were making so much money with Axie Infinity and that Axie Infinity was such a good game that was sustainable, Binance was just using this as many other projects, art, NFT, and so on. You can Google this. I'm not inventing it like everybody can. Please, I invite you to Google this information, and they got everybody to use the Binance service. So now, most of like the millions of players all around the world that know about crypto, they know about crypto through Binance. They have a Binance account, and Binance capitalize out of this. So now, basically, even our game uses BUSD because now all the games that come forward, unless they have their own blockchain, they have to use the most famous one, which is BEP20.
Yeah.
They did it. That strategy. So a lot of people invested in Axie Infinity. A lot of people invested in these kind of projects, and also they got liquidity from those because that's why the token went down, obviously. And what we are going to implement is something completely different. We're going to create a game. We created a game, and we are implementing updates on again on a system where the money doesn't go in a pyramid scheme where the first one is the one that is going to get the profit and the last one is not getting nothing. I mean, but what I mean is that in this game, what we're doing and what people can actually start looking at is that we give value to every asset inside of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So we give a basic asset. So that means that we made everything inside the game an asset. The how to call this, the consumable items like repair items, the
Potion.
chips, the structures. Hmm?
Potion. Like in RPG, there are potions.
It's like potion, but we have chips, so they are repair kits, right?
Mm-hmm.
The repair kits, the licenses and things like this, everything they are NFTs, and everything you get there also they have a cost immediately in BUSD.
Mm-hmm.
But because our token is stable, we don't have to keep feeding the token, to give value. We keep the liquidity to keep implementing systems, tournaments, and a structure to the game, so it keeps being interesting and keeps keeping the competition on. So the idea finally of GalaxyDust economy is to create a peer-to-peer economy where, because I want to have the reward, either a big chip, NFT, or money, because we're gonna give like big prices in cash, and because I want to be better than everybody else, I will invest and I will buy from other players the NFTs that I need on whatever I need to be better. So I'm investing from my money to in other players. Those players make money, and they also make competition, and they also keep advancing into the game into their own industries because there are professions, industries, and different things you can create, and that's part of the global idea of the economy of Galaxy does.
Amazing. It's just like Parallelium economy too. Just to people to understand, it's basically the same thing, I would say. So your economy is based on NFTs, on value. Like it's not based on the token, right? People will trade and sell, buy NFTs. So it's the main thing there. They need to
Mm.
buy new ships, buy a lot of consumable items. So it's all based on NFTs, just like Parallelium. It's also has this idea of the value is on the NFTs. So for example, he we have a sword, so people can make that sword that is an in-game item, into an NFT. They can turn that it in game into an NFT. So it's how it works too. Like you can also, um, you know, take an in-game item and transform it into a NFT, or it's already an NFT. How does it work in the game? Like
Yeah, so what we did also was to separate the game from the blockchain.
okay,
So
off chain.
there is a blockchain for you to have your NFTs, everything, all your chips and everything can be on your MetaMask wallet.
Mm-hmm.
And you buy the token, the GD token, one to one with BUSD.
Yeah.
So everything you have on the blockchain, if you want to get it into the game, what you do is you, through our interface, you activate it. So the activation in the back end, what it's doing is that it's sending us the token, the NFT that you are activating, that you're putting into the game to our game in-game wallet.
Mm-hmm.
No, sorry, our game wallet. And that way we create a digital asset for you that replicates your NFT. And inside the game, you use all the replicas, all the assets for whatever you want, to go to war, to expedition, exploration, whatever. And you can sell them in game too. You can do anything you want with it as it was an NFT. But all of those transactions happen on our private server.
Mm-hmm.
So that doesn't slow down every time you send everything with the blockchain, paying the
Yes.
transaction in the blockchain and not no. Like if you want to send an expedition, you send expedition. If you're like the money you spend in the game, the fees you spend, they go to develop the game. They don't go to the blockchain and get lost, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So uh, basically inside the game you can create other assets, and these ones are also going to be NFTs, but they are not until you take them away. So when you deactivate them, so when you deactivate them, they come back to being an NFT, and we burn the digital asset.
Oh, I see. It's basically just like in your game. That's why I when we talked, I find it really amazing because the more we talked, the more I could find the similarities between your projects. That's the exact same thing that we have in your project. So I don't even need to explain how our economy works because it's basically the same amazing thing in GalaxyDust. The only difference is that we can't, for the moment, we did not think about burning the NFT. Like people can sell the NFT. That, for example, you have a sword that is an NFT and it's in your wallet, so you can
Yeah.
sell um, that swap or that armor inside the in-game market. And but if someone buys your armor, it will be gone in the game. But once the game resets, because we have a reset thing, every season we have we every, for example, 3 months we have a new season. That NFT that you have in your wallet will be back for you, so you can sell it again. So every season you can sell that NFT that you have in your wallet. That's the only thing that we have in different
Oh,
here, but it's really similar, man. It's really amazing how things like in Galaxy Dust has some is basically exactly how we have in Parallelium too. And we didn't even know each other. Like it's the amazing thing here. We have the stablecoin idea, yeah, both projects, of course. The economy is based on values of NFTs. You can, transform in-game items into NFT. It's really amazing. That's how in the future most of the games will be like that. It's just now that people are still thinking about the return of investment thing, but in the future most of the games will be like that. One of the most games that survives this market, it can be on the height or not on down. If you notice it, are the card games because they require some skill. The games that require you to play to have skill will always be there. Like it's require you to have skill to play the game and earn. So it's a play and earn game. You game you can say that it's a play and earn game, right? Or for example, you can have some passive incomes incoming.
Yeah, there are passive incomes, not directly because they produced, as you said at the beginning, there is no way to produce the token in the game in GalaxyDust. There is no way to produce GDs unless we create events where we inject liquidity,
Mm-hmm.
like GDs from ourselves, and we hide them in a star. So if you're exploring, maybe you find $500,
Oh,
something like this. Yeah,
that's really
we're
cool.
implementing these kind of things. We're gonna also implement. I don't know if my partner is listening this, but this morning I finished the sketch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna present it to the team, where I am thinking of this new system that I never thought before, where you buy a licensing of NFT licensing in Galaxy Dust, and then you go into exploration into a special sector,
Mm-hmm.
and this sector has one star with $600 on it, and everybody knows this from the beginning. So everybody's gonna like have the opportunity to join this,
Mm-hmm.
but there are gonna be limited quantities of licenses. So not everyone is gonna be able to buy it like if they don't go fast. And then they do the exploration, and they can find special NFTs too, but there is the big price of exploration. So these kind of things, if you do it, for example, in a regular game, it will be instead of giving $500 or 5,000 or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
you'll be giving like the coin of the game, but the coin of the game you never do nothing with that. With this, you can immediately go and buy yourself a computer,
Yeah,
shoes, food. You know, it's completely different. So what we are trying to do, because we are a huge team,
mm-hmm.
what we are trying to do here with Galaxy Dust is to be able to show the community that gaming now with the technology we have is not a thing of just wasting your time anymore. It's now about economy, it's about learning, it's about adaptability, it's about proactivity. Because if in Galaxy Dust,
Mm-hmm.
you can do so much business. Like you can be a miner, you can be a trader, you can be a mercenary. So you can manage your NFTs and the money you have to do certain activities and get profit from it. You know, like. But if you're not proactive, you're gonna be just mining and clicking to nothing. You're not gonna make so much.
Perfect, man. That's exactly the same idea we have to do, because so in Galaxy Dust you have to be really playing the game. You really need to be active. It's not just, oh, I will spend here $1,000 and that's it, and I in the next month I will have $1,000 back. It's not like that. Forget that,
It,
guys. It's it's the near future. I believe it's the end of this idea of we'll be having more projects that bring this idea of um, play and earn. Right? Really, you really have to put some effort to get back. To get rewarded. I find it really amazing. You said that, for example, you can find $600 in a asteroid or something like that. Really
yeah,
amazing. Uh, we we have something like that in the future too, but for example, it will be like a ranking. For example, the best miners, the best warriors in the top 5, top 10, they can get some rewards in in we don't have a token right now, but hey, it can be in the in-game token too. I don't know if it works. Like I'm saying, but I'm not the developer, so sometimes it's complicated. But it's probably we can give BUSG from the transactions, because one of the questions I want to ask you, and I will explain from our side, is that
yeah,
the way that our company will profit from our game is based on transactions. The in-game market, for example, someone bought armor for 1,000. No, let's say key. Let's say 100,000 florins. The name of the in-game token of our game. So we
Yeah,
have a small percentage of that transaction. That's how we the company earned in your game, in your
yeah.
project. But how does it work for GalaxyDust? And also your camera is deactivated here. Let me see.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So first of all, that's kind of what, like in the part of the how, for example, I can do a price in one asteroid without going bankrupt is because we are selling some NFTs ourselves,
Mhm,
and those that money from liquidity from the NFTs, we can use it for literally anything we want because it doesn't need to go to the token. That's
mhm,
it. We are paying, like we are not paying. The idea is of the game having to pay. The player is off the table when we talk about games developed in the Sasori metaverse. No, 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 no.
mhm,
When you play the game, that's already part of the reward because it's becoming little by little, and because of your investment now, and you're gonna be so much advanced later. Little by little, it's becoming more of a better game, but also more of a new way of gaming, absolutely different. Because if you lose a ship or an NFT in Galaxy Dust, a structure, a building, or anything, you are gonna feel it because it's worth it thousands of dollars. It's not like, for example, oh yeah, in any other game, oh yeah, you destroyed my whatever, my base, let me rebuild it. No, 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 no. It's not like this at all.
mhm.
So obviously, it's not Galaxy Dust is not as dangerous as I can have a ship or a structure, and you come with a bigger one, and I lose all my investment. There are safety nets for sure. I mean, if that cannot happen, we always our our focus on this is to always keep the NFTs safe. So the liquidity from the NFTs, they can go directly to the development of the game, and that liquidity we also use it for profit and for these kind of events, for also the tournaments in the future and so on. And other than that, since the game is not on the blockchain, we have some not transference fees. But for example, when you're doing an expedition, sending your chips away, it costs like 0.01 or 0.001 cent of a dollar of a GD. So you're paying every, but for one player, with $1, you can send like 1,000 expeditions. That's like so much, and you get materials, you get a lot. But what happens is that we have 1,000 players play, or 10,000 or whatever, paying every expedition. We get a good profit and out of it, so we can continue growing and continue paying the tournaments and so on. There is that, and there is the side of for example, to get into some, like the NFTs, they cost money. The reparation of the chips, they cost money. So all those fees, they are going to a pool that a percentage is for profit, a percentage is for development, so on, so on, so on. So that's kind of the summary of how, because even we could make the game free, sorry, like not free, but we could make the NFTs free.
Mhm.
Just put them on the market for free, or super cheap, and then the players start to make the prices themselves in the P2P economy, because we don't care about the price. I mean, for our profits, our profit is not in how much our one NFT is. Our profit is that players sell NFT to each other. That's the actual profit of the game, because that we're getting a percentage. Every time players put any quantity of money in, we charge a 5% fee. So as long as the P2P economy is moving around, we are going to have a good profit as developers.
Yeah, I'm just asking because everyone think about it how like, oh well, they
Uh,
can pay us, but how they profit, like, because they people are really worried about how they profit, because they may think it's a scam or something like that. There is some kind of uh, rug pull going on behind the curtains. There are always people that will ask you and wonder how do you make money. So it's a question that the community always asks us. So I'm asking you too this kind of questions because we have some community that can, like the same idea of the projects. That's why we want also to bring you more here in your community because they really need to see another project that has the same idea of our project. It's really something amazing for them to see. Um, and one question, probably it's already answered it actually, but the question was about how do, for example, I start today in the game in GalaxyDust. How would I start to earn? Let's say like that, because I'm sure if we had a lot of questions here, they would be asking that. Like they always ask this question for us. And in your case, in your project, they make money by selling the NFTs, the armors, weapons,
I'll
swords.
show you on the Twitch my screen, and you can see
Oh, okay.
uh, second
Oh,
again.
okay. Sharing the screen here on Twitch. Okay.
Yeah,
Wiki.
it's gonna be a bit delayed, but you will be able to see it.
Yeah.
So, for example, now we have the Halloween event.
Mm.
That's why the website is all orange.
Yeah,
And
very
the
cool.
Halloween event is you can get this ship. You can buy it or get it in certain expeditions in the event,
For free.
uh, and other types of NFTs. And here, to start the game, what you need, like to play Galaxy Dust, is just one ship,
Mm-hmm.
like any ship like this, uh, and a tool. So there are packs. For example, these two packs, they bring you chip and tool. And what the tool is literally the tool that allows you to mine the materials, because the economy is based on the NFTs and the materials that you mine inside the game. In Galaxy DOS, you can mine. I'll show you.
Yeah, people can
Um,
think like if that's in real life, like it, you can't just have a ship and get material from nothing. You need some tools, something like that. So that's the idea of Galaxy Dust. You need materials, you need tools to gather your resources. Really amazing.
yeah, that's exactly it.
Oh.
Here, you can see the game. This is what we have right now.
Mm-hmm.
Is the beta version of the web. We are gonna change all the visuals. The front end is
Mm-hmm.
gonna be 3D and more proper. Now it's Halloween, very basic. But what I'm trying to say is that for playing Galaxy Dust, there are the metal resource and the crystal resource.
Mm-hmm.
And these resources, you get them through expeditions in the universe. Like this is for example, these are my ships, and I send them in expedition to different sectors. There are like 1,000 stars per each one of these sectors. So, oh, I almost did something very wrong. Because I am in the administrator account. If I click in one of
Oh.
these, it shows which stars have not been explored, and that's secret for the players. But the point is that you go in expeditions and you make crystal, you make metal, and this you sell in the in-game market. So you have the market right now
Mm-hmm.
where people selling their material through with the GD, and you can sell the NFTs, tools, and stuff. And basically, right now the game is in the first stage where you make money by making expeditions and selling the NFTs you don't need. Um, and but later it's gonna be this plus fighting against each other, PvP, exploration events. Like I told you, the one that you can find money, like a lot of GDs in one star and things like that. Halloween event and so on. So The idea is to keep getting more ships so you can produce more materials, so you can sell this material, or you can use it to produce bigger NFTs
Mm-hmm.
and do whatever you want with them. And then, for example, when the PvP comes, if you are somebody that creates technologies, NFT technologies, you can create them and sell them to players that are fighting against each other, or sell structures, or the, like all this, because the game, us, we're gonna sell a very limited quantity of NFTs. The actual marketplace and the actual economy is within the players, you know?
Yes,
Mm.
the NFTs that you sell, it's just for the quick start, like let's say like that, kickstart, like that, that website. It's the just the kickstart for the economy to start growing. So that's the reason why you sell. It's just like we plan too. We will sell NFTs, of course, in the beginning, because there are no items in game. There are no NFTs, so we need to put something. So yeah, and also, is there PvP in the game right now, or it
No, right now we are working on it. The idea is to implement it in around 5 months, because the exploration that you see now is very basic, and we are going to implement a lot of things on the exploration side. Actually, the game, the beta version, has like expansions within itself, and what we're doing is that we're opening expansions as we open functionalities inside the game. So we're opening these expansions. For example, the first one is explorers. So it's all about exploring and exploration expeditions and so on. Then the next one is battle. It's like PvP, so we're going to implement all the battle systems and so on. There is going to be conquest, because you're going to be able to conquer other planets, conquer star systems. Well,
will
there
be
is a lot coming.
it will be amazing. It's uh, I would say that people that see the project right now, go to you can like access the game, the let's say the game without a ship, or you can't access the game. You
No, you have to be able to access the game if you don't have a ship
oh,
and a tool,
wow,
both. A way we prevent these multi accounts to create spam, because we're about to also implement chat inside the game,
mm-hmm.
and we don't want these extra accounts that have no NFTs to be, annoying.
They could use that for spamming other things in the chat, just like other games where they just keep sending the website. It's just really that could be really annoying for you. Fishita commented something here on Discord an hour ago somehow. Uh,
Oh,
he said almost all NFTs games die just when the players start to get involved with it. Galaxy does give me the opportunity to enjoy it for a long time, since I think Sazori is giving so cautious steps to avoid mistakes, and that make the game attractive. So he
which I-
says that you're making really, you are really thinking about the economy, how you earn. You are being, um, you are having you are worrying about the game. It's really important. Oh, it was from an old conversation you have.
yeah,
But
same.
we could understand it. I agree with that, man. Really amazing
No,
project ideas. One thing that I was about to say is that every project, when they start, they have a few features. So if you join the project and you see, oh, there are not a lot of things today, but that's because that's the beginning. In the future, there will be a lot of more of things. That's the amazing thing of games, online games, because they start with a few features, but as time passes by, they get a lot of updates. They get a lot of things to get implemented in the game. So it's really amazing, and I'm sure that GalaxyDust will have a lot of features, as um, Sazori said. There will be a lot of features in the future, PvP, and there will be the Conquer, right? The Conquer feature. There will be a lot of things, Also, he said, I remember that he said that he want to make Galaxy Dust a 3D game, right? 3D game in the
Yeah.
future?
So we're working on a launcher version, but it's gonna be parallel. So it's not gonna be like the substitution.
No.
We're gonna have the website always.
Mhm.
The idea is to keep it as a website game because it's very useful for the fun. We can have we are making an application next year, so we have the web version and the app version.
Mhm.
It's gonna be this. We wanna make the web version as a very famous like new version of table games. You know, because it's kind of a table game, strategy, turn-based RPG game, and so on. So this is what we're trying to aim for. We want to make it very famous, very big. We want to attract people to have this like always this collection of our NFTs here. And also, if they want to be like even like like bigger gamers, they can then play the launcher version with the ships going all around and so on. You know, but we want to give this standard version that anybody can play because we have players for from all the ages, you know, from every age.
Amazing. That's something in your site that we also plan for the future, but just like Galaxy Dust, since we are in the beginning, we are starting with a 2D game, just for the start, but it will be really amazing to see this universe out your game idea in a 3D, game. It's like it would be just like a RTS game, like Age of Empires. I don't know if you know the game, Age of
I could.
Empires. Huh?
I love that. I love that game.
Yeah,
It's
the
StarCraft. You know StarCraft.
yeah, yes.
It's,
It's just the
you know,
RTS too.
oh, I love that game. If I could have liquidity to make a version of GalaxyDust like StarCraft, oh my
Mhm.
God, I will not even think about it twice. Because can you imagine having your NFT float? I will like, I will
That would be
never stop
amazing.
playing.
It's amazing. Would be amazing. I don't understand how companies don't come with good games like yet. But in the future, we will see a lot of projects that are coming with good ideas. Hopefully, let's pray for that because no one, I don't think people like to be like, oh, this project will die in 3 months. No one likes that. Your
Yeah,
project is is also thought about the long term, right? You think about
sure.
the long term. You are not here to stay just for 3 months or 6 months, or And one question, interesting question here is how long is your project in the air? You know.
Well, we started last year at the end of last year to publish Galaxy DOS, like say Emilio's version, like my partner's version. And at the beginning of this year, we started to implement the new alpha version with my implementations. So you could say that at least half a year on alpha, at least, and then 1 month on beta. We are going close to the 2 months now of beta.
Mhm.
We're just starting. Like it's a clear beginning. Every step, I'm taking it very cautiously, like very, very carefully. I'm always thinking twice about everything we're doing to make sure that we're doing it proper, calculations are right, because I'm putting my name, my face, my dignity, my everything on this, like I'm putting my honor and everything I built myself as a person so far into this project. Like my company, the Sasori Metaverse, and the games where I am developing or I have hand on the developing, it has all of my personality inside. Like I always been trying to be a very organized person, a person that always stays with the future and commits to the words and to the plans, but also a person that I try to always make sure that if there is a better plan while we are going, I don't, let my ego get the best of me and say like, no, just continue with what I'm saying. No, like all the opposite. I say like, oh shit, that's better. Let's go. Like immediate. And because I'm always looking for that, and I'm not. either afraid or ashamed to let somebody else show me the way. Actually, I'm super happy if somebody can show me things and we can do different perspective of stuff. But at the same time, even though that's a reality, I feel that at this point, after so many jobs I had in the engineering industry, managing, not managing, being managed, and so on, and my life history that I can tell you more about it later, I built the personality enough to just don't need that extra hand if I don't have it. If I don't have the experience or the person to do something, I will find the way to learn it or to get the person to do it. And that's exactly what we've been doing with the GalaxyDust and with everything. GalaxyDust and your game and any game like this are complete new concept. Nobody has ever done nothing like this before in the whole history of humans. That's hundreds of thousands and millions of years. Like there is nothing ever done like this before, and we are trying our best to just how to say um, just
To
bring
start.
this project and this product to materialization in the honest, the most honest way possible, without like hurting anybody. And people need to understand this too. Like not everyone can make money and be rich, right? It's very very bad and very cruel reality, but it's a reality. It's not something I'm making up. It's not something that is my preference. I wish everybody could be like rich, but that's the point. If everybody would be rich, nobody would. That makes no sense. And in a game like this, for money to be made, money need to be invested and for a sustainability on time to be achieved. Also, time making the basis of this system is needed at the same time. If you want something to be very long, if you want something to last, you need that to invest a lot of time in the beginning to set the basic and the foundations of the structure of everything that you're building your team upon. So this is what we're doing now. We have only 1 month and something. We're learning. We have mistakes. We're fixing them. We are fixing bugs. And the idea, that's why we're on a beta, because anything can happen. We can have security leaks. We can have somebody doing a wrong mistake, even myself, and we like it's a beta, right? But yeah, like the idea that the community is so is so supporting, like supports a lot, even when we're making mistakes, because they know that we're doing everything with the best intentions. Is very it gives a lot of energy to us to keep working and improving. And yeah, so that's an idea I wanted to share, I guess.
Amazing, man. I start by commenting. I turned off my microphone because of the noise, but I hope you can't hear it. I hope everyone can't hear the noise here. But I start by something you said about the that you can listen, to new ideas. It's really important when you have the open mind to listen, to learn, because we are building something that has never done before, like you said. So we have to have the I forgot the word here, but you have to listen to people, to learn, to understand, and to admit if you make a mistake, because we are all humans after all. Or every developer, every company that is starting this kind of game will make at some point, maybe. We hopefully that not, but everyone is can make mistakes, and it's normal. Like you said, never no one has done this before. This idea of projects, we are just the
Mm.
pioneers, like say like that. Of course, there are some projects before that has done something like this, but we are the first ones that are doing this. We will be in the future. There will be a lot of projects like this, but today there are not. So
There
we
are
are
not.
building something that is, and it's also one problem. You know what's the problem? people get used to the return of investment ideas of all the projects. So when they see a project that is trying to bring this concept of play and earn with the idea of not just getting rich, most people can't understand this idea, man. It's really good, but they can't. They prefer to invest in a game that promises, $1,000. They prefer to invest in that than in a project that is trying to bring something real that can last for years. It's really hard, but I'm sure that you, Galaxy Dust, will succeed with that. We will succeed with that if we reach the certain community, certain people that will understand, and everyone, guys. This is not just about ourselves. It's not about Sazori. It's not about me or anyone. It's about a concept of game. You are being, if you are joining this kind of project, you are being part of it as well. You are building this as well. So always support this kind of project. Share with your friends, with your family. This is the kind of project that we need to share. We need to show to people, not just that referral game where oh, join here, I will get this, and you can make money by investing $100, and they just end losing everything. That's really bad. I don't think we need that. This is, we never had this a few years ago or years ago. How could we imagine that we could earn money by playing game like a normal people earning money in a game? I couldn't imagine that. I never could imagine that, man. Like, for me, only YouTubers, streamers could get money from games. But now we are seeing this opportunity for everyone. But we need to support this kind of project. So I invite everyone that is watching to always support this kind of project. We need to strive this. The market is down, but when it go back to the hype or the height, you'll be part of this too. So you are in the beginning of something big. You can be sure about that. You'll be seeing a lot of projects emerging that has this idea. I saw some projects that are just a farming game, just it, farming game.
Yeah.
Well-known gaming game, farming game, a well-known, and then they just, oh well, this is not working anymore. What's happening? Then they just start and doing the economy just like our game. So we
Yeah.
can see already some games that are changing their economy. So you see, we are trying to bring something that is the future here. So always support this kind of project. That's something really important. It's we really need to reach more people. Also, you can always share this kind of project for people that are not into the blockchain. Something that we are doing in Parallelium now is that we are not trying to just bring people from the blockchain. We can bring people from the Web 2, let's say like that. Because we can bring the casual player too. So that's really something that you could see like in your community. Bring people that don't know about it, teach them, about it, explain how it works, and they will join you. They will care about your project. So yeah, that's just a message that I wanted to let people know about this. Like they say, sharing is caring. So let's always share this kind of ideas, man. And also, not all projects, today, not all project owners and developers, they show their face. You see a lot of projects that are in YouTube, making a lot of marketing, making a lot of money, but you never see their face. And if the project dies, they just go away. They are rich. You are probably losing something with that project, and you never saw their faces.
Mm.
they can plan out that extrude that game, and it's really bad. Yeah, that's just the what I wanted to say. It's really important for people to understand that
I wanted
what we are building
this.
is real. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and thank you. This is good. And like you say, sharing is caring.
Yeah.
I wanted to add to this conversation something very cool that I know you liked it, and I haven't stopped thinking about this idea
Hmm.
that we talked about in private, and is the synergy of the projects. So in the Sasori Metaverse, we have now GalaxyDust, but we are developing another game that is called Pets Drum,
Hmm.
where you have pets and they're gonna compete against each other and so on. So Pets Drum and GalaxyDust are gonna have synergy between each other because they are part of the Sasori Metaverse. So you can take your NFT pets from the Pets Drum and take them into expeditions with you, and they will give you some extra value to your expeditions when you bring them. So it's NFTs from different games, and what we're trying to do is that now you don't feel that the NFT belongs to one game,
Yeah.
but belongs to a multi-metaverse. It belongs to the metaverse Sorry, it doesn't belong to the game itself. I mean, the idea obviously belongs to the game and so on, but the idea that you can use it everywhere, that's what we want. So I remember I told you about this, and we started talking about what we could do this way with Parallelium.
Yeah.
And for example, you having this RPG game, we can have like a collection of materials in Galaxy Dust that you can get, but you can only use them in Parallelium to craft some things, and so on. So I don't know if you remember this idea or something.
Yes, I remember it. I even talked with 14 about it. They they think it's a really amazing idea. Of course, we have to see what we can do, like because it's really more complex when we talked about two different games, right? One is about medieval era or something like that. No, and the other is about spaceships. So, but the idea is really amazing. So, for example, you have, let's say here the idea. Um, you have, for example, you can craft a sword, a special sword, if you have the a material that you got into Galaxy Dust. For example, you want to build let's say here we have a special sword, that has some special effects, space effects. I don't know, something really crazy, with stars, themes. I don't know.
Uh,
And
yeah,
and then what you need to build that sword? Well, you need some dust, stardust. But where do you get stardust in Parallelium? There is no stardust in Parallelium, so you have to go to Galaxy Dust, get that stardust, and then bring it back to Parallelium, and then craft the star sword. Let's say like that. That would be amazing, man. Like imagine that.
one question. Is your game inside the blockchain or outside the blockchain? I
It's
don't
a
remember.
it's also a off-chain game. We don't.
Everything.
It's everything, and then people can convert into NFT.
Okay. Because if it is like this, it's gonna be super simple to do the
Yeah,
integration. Super simple.
yeah. It would be
Yeah.
super simple, I believe, because it's an off-chain game. So you
Yeah.
can just check on the wallet. Oh, do is the he or she has the Stardust on his
Yeah.
wallet? If yes, then we he has the permission to craft this word. And also,
Yeah.
of course, he needs the remaining material that he will find in Parallelium. But if he has the Stardust, he can craft this word. Man, that's this is something that we are talking right now, but that's something that we should do. I believe.
Yeah.
Really
I
amazing.
will take 1 second to say hello to Detectadeco. Good afternoon, Mr. Rafael and Marcos Arenas. And also, I talked to you about Pets Drum, which is another game that we're developing.
Yeah.
And the CEO of that game, because in that game I'm not gonna be the CEO, I'm gonna be the developer.
Mhm.
Juan Drum is also here on the Twitch, listening to us since the beginning, supporting us. So,
Hello,
hello
guys.
everyone. Thank you for being here.
Hello, everyone. Thank you all
Here.
for your presence.
I wanna play the game. I saw the website. I love your website, by the way. I
Thank
even show it to our designers. Like, look, this is an amazing website, guys. Like, epic and very, it's beautiful.
you.
And
Thank you.
also, what is the videos? Oh, right here. But what I wanna do is, I honestly, I want to play the game. I cannot wait. So when can I play?
Well, you'll be able to. Let me see here. Oh, you are showing the video, so I was just showing people. Well, you'll be able to play the game actually when it's ready, because right now our developers are making more content. As you can see, you can kill some monsters and get materials to craft something, and maybe craft potions, words, and all that stuff. But one thing is that we don't have enough content. We are really honest with our community, and we were planning to release our game in September, but the reality is that we didn't have much of content. So what we changed is we'll be releasing the game, the closed alpha, the first version of the game, when we have enough content, you know, for people to play, because it's a game after all. They need to have content to play. So it will probably take some months to release it, but it will be worth the wait. Like we are still planning a lot of things. We have something really cool that I will also suggest to you, Sazori, and your team, that we are planning to do. So this is for you too, so you can take the idea here and do it. And the idea
Okay.
here, the idea is that we will provide some, you know, uh, basic. I don't know if that's the correct word, but a basic skin where people will be able to develop their own skin and sell in the game. So the community, and also I'm telling this for the first time, even for our community, we will be developing this community skin. So people will be able to create their own skin in the game. For example, you want to create Gandalf in the game. So I don't know how, but you will be able to create the design of the Gandalf. We will provide all the basic assets, the sprites for you to
Mhm.
draw and create your own skin, and then you can sell it on the shop, in the in-game shop. So
Wow.
it will be really amazing. You could do something like that, I believe, too. Like, for example, you give them a basic ship, and then they can texturize it, put
Yeah.
some texture.
Uh, with us, the design is because it's 3D,
Oh.
it's a bit more complex. But what we do is two things. One, we get the community together and make them in any ability they have to draw different ships, and then they design them and make them on even handcraft and so on.
Mhm.
They send all of this to us, and we make a competition. And the winner, we ask our designer in 3D to create the ship to them.
Amazing.
We have different competitions where if you win, you can make your own ship, talking to our designer. And lastly, what we are going to do, but later on, is we are going to create a structure inside the game,
Hmm.
and this structure is gonna be like a skin structure. So it's gonna be like with this one you can create like stickers and things like this to put like to sell, so
Mhm.
people can put them on their NFT.
Amazing. That would be
Yeah.
amazing. Like a art studio, something like that. Creator studio on inside the
Like
game. Amazing. That I think it's really nice when games that have this option for people to customize, yeah, customize
custom.
their ships. Yeah. This
Yeah.
English is so,
No, good, bro. Like actually very good conversation.
vamos hablar español que es mejor. Just kidding, but um, it's really amazing when we have this possibility for the community, because imagine if you can create a ship of yours with your design, like this idea you say of the contests, like give people and they create the
Yeah.
best ship. It would be amazing, like the community created that ship. you know,
Yeah,
it feels this special. Most of games make this. I mean, not blockchain games, of course, and not most of the games, but some games do that. Unfortunately, not all companies they do this. For example, League of Legends, they could do this, some kind of this margin. I saw a lot of skins, you know,
yeah,
community skins, amazing community skins, but they don't implement it on the game. The
yeah.
question is why? Why they don't make it?
Bro, look, this on
Mm,
this on the screen is a personalized chip that we created for the winner of the alpha.
mhm.
We told him the type of no, he told us the type of chip and the idea in general, and together they made this for him, and we sent it to him
For
as an NFT.
so he get rewarded this skin.
Only this one, not even a skin. This is a chip, a whole
Oh,
structure just
oh,
unique for him,
holy man, that's amazing.
and
So all the
and
3D is unique, unique.
it's unique. Not even
Oh,
not even a person can have
oh,
it. And this other one is the person that I don't know if I have it.
that's a lot of work. Like he has a really hair, legendary ship. Let's say like that hair.
Yeah,
Amazing.
is unique, so he can also the price on that chip is like you cannot
Oh,
imagine.
this one is really cool, man.
Yeah, this one is another one that this one we also created for a player
Hmm.
that he plays without anybody. Like he plays by himself. Like
Hmm.
usually everyone in Galaxy does, they join an alliance or something like this. But this player didn't, and it's not only that he didn't do it, but he's very good. Like he's very strong by himself. So we created this chip to
Oh,
celebrate that player, and we're gonna give it to him for free. And it's called the Lone Rider.
long ride.
And we are also Lone Rider.
Oh, amazing.
And we are also like we have a lore
Hmm.
that depending on what happens in the galaxy, we are writing down
Oh,
events and with the real names of the players that created events and the wars and everything. So depending on these things, we are gonna also create NFTs that
hmm.
are related to that thing. So we're gonna be very deep with the community and the facts that are happening inside. Not We are not gonna write the history ourselves.
Hmm.
So the history is being written because of what is happening on the game, kind
Amazing.
of thing.
That's like something really unique, I would say. Because imagine like the community will then build the history of GalaxyDust.
Mm.
That's really amazing. And oh man, congrats for the guy that won this spaceship because it's really cool. And it's
Yeah,
rare, man. You know it's unique, right? Or there are more there are more um,
of the
quantity of this spaceship, or it's only one.
of the one I showed you before. For example, this one only one.
Oh, only one. So it's really
Uh,
rare, like you know, because
but
whoa.
this one we're gonna make like probably 100 of that one of this one,
Hmm.
uh, and we're gonna give it and the whole history of Galaxy Dust. Like in the years to come, we're gonna be even little by little giving it to lone raiders, to people that play by themselves.
Hmm.
Um, we think that they are doing something amazing. We give it to them.
Amazing. They'll
Uh,
be part of the history of Galaxy Dust. Amazing.
Correct.
That's
And
really.
yeah, so I want to make everything NFTs. Like for example, this merchandising
Hmm.
I'm also gonna create NFT gear or NFT wearables where if you find a blueprint design inside the Galaxy Dust exploration system
Hmm.
of this, you can craft it. And with crafting it, you are gonna have the sweatshirt inside the game, like not in the game, in your wallet, like as an asset, as an NFT. But you can redeem it for the real piece also, and we're gonna send you the sweatshirt with the token ID of the NFT and all the information like boarded, like put it here, and it's gonna be every piece is gonna be unique too. so
Yeah,
you can play the game while wearing things of the game.
amazing. But it will be really hard, right, to get the blueprint
Of
inside
course,
the game. Yeah,
yeah,
of course.
because it's based on Italian. This is from Italy, and the thing on the I don't know how to call this in English is from here from Barcelona, Spain.
Mhm.
So it's a pretty special piece.
Yeah, one thing that I was gonna say is why don't you create, national, not national, but based on countries, ships, like a ship from
Uh,
Brazil, themed, country themed ships, and that's
I was I was thinking to do something like that, but it's kind of complicated because since there is not planet Earth
oh,
on Galaxy,
oh yeah.
it's like against the. But I'm certain that we can do something about it. Like we can maybe instead of doing like the whole flag in the ship, maybe we can do like a detail of each country. But yeah, some people have brought this idea to me, and I don't know how to implement it.
Yeah, maybe
To be
you can ask the community to design the idea of a spaceship. For example, oh, you send it for the Brazilian community, and then
honest.
they will think about a design, and then if you like it, you implement it in the game. But you said that there are no countries in Galaxy Dust, so uh,
Our country, but it's not based on the real
uh, there is no.
world. Like,
Uh, yeah, you could put something like the Earth was destroyed many years ago,
yeah,
something like
I
that. It's don't exist anymore, but at some point it existed, and then you implement it in the lore. It's just an idea, of course.
It's actually a good idea, to be honest. Like, why not?
Yeah.
In a planet where like this happened, you know?
What year is the game? Like what is there
Uh,
a year? Like explicit
yeah,
year?
but this, my partner knows. I don't remember.
All
I
right.
don't use that information so much.
It's alright, mate. It's like if you ask me about the lore of Parallelium, I can say something about it, but the guy that has all the ideas, the crazy ideas, is not me. It's the Alan. So yeah, I understand. But yeah, you could make something like that. There is always room for more lore in the games. Uh,
Yeah, and I'm thinking that for sure you're gonna have, not for sure, maybe you won't, but probably
hmm,
in parallel you're gonna have pets to join the players. And if that's a reality, it will be amazing to talk also,
mhm.
but not on the Galaxy DOS side only, but from Pets Drum side, because maybe we can do something together there, you know?
Sure, we will have pets in the game too. We don't have any pets right now yet because there is no the system of the pet yet don't exist yet. But we will
Yeah.
have pets in the future, and of course, we can talk with them. Later after this call, you send me their contact, or if you are in charge, I see you. So okay, let's do it, man. Let's do it. We can talk even now. Just kidding,
Yeah.
but after the call, we can see later what we do, and of course, we are really open to do collaborations, um, unique ideas to a project, with partners. But the pets are how are the pets like? Are they futuristic as well? How how they look like? How are they?
We don't still the final picture, but they look like this.
Let's see.
They're gonna look kind of like this. Oh my God.
Hmm.
Something like better than this, but kind of like this.
Well,
That's
that's
the
the
direction we're taking.
Of course, man. We of course could do something like that, but of course our game is pixelated, and there is
Yeah,
one AG on the screen. There,
gosh.
but yeah. it's pixelated, but we can do something like that for sure. Yeah, there are. Do you know the animals, the pets that will be in the game? Or
Most of everything, like we're gonna have
mhm,
snails, rats, cats, dogs, elephant, foxes, all you see here, dragons, unicorns, everything.
amazing.
Pets,
If you had, for example, a mascot of the game, like a unique pet that only exists in the pet game, I think it will be really cool to put it inside Parallelium, because when people see that pet in the game, they would be asking, well, what is this pet? Where
yeah.
is it from? So if you had a mascot, I think it's the pronunciation. But if you had something like that, that would be amazing, because people would see that pet, and it it's not just another dog or something like that. Just an
Yeah.
idea, of course, but let's talk and let's see what we can do. But we are up to do collaborations for sure. And is there a
Awesome.
website for this pet game?
Pets. We are just starting.
Oh,
We're supposed to have it up by the end of the month,
oh,
but
okay.
as soon as I have it, I'll send it to you.
It's really early, a really early project to them.
Yeah, yeah,
I
super.
amazing. And
Yeah,
it will be on the Sazori company.
yeah,
Oh, it will be part of your company.
yeah. It will be part of the company of the metaverse, but I'm also doing it in partnership with another company, another Spanish company that develops also is gonna start developing games, and the first game they're gonna develop is this one with us.
Oh, I see. So you are bringing. I mean, we had one time. Not just one time, but we had something like that in mind one day. That in the future, when we have money, we will
Yeah,
be looking for projects that are starting just like we are, and then we will be helping them. Bringing them to her, because there are a lot of good ideas in the market, but they don't have the support.
yeah, yeah.
So
Or
if
they don't know how to materialize them too.
yeah,
That's another thing.
sometimes maybe they have the idea, maybe they don't know how to handle this NFT market as well. I see a lot of this. Some projects, they come with the idea, and you see that they are not from the blockchain. They don't have the experience, and they unfortunately they it don't go well for them.
Yeah,
It's really good when there are some companies that can help them with that. I was gonna ask something, but forgot I was gonna ask. Um, well,
so I was thinking, well, you remember, we have a lot of updates all the time coming,
mhm.
and we will love it if you guys from Parallelium, while you develop your project, can stay with us. So we go like with you, like through the whole progress. And one way to do this is that you could promote, if that's something you could promote. No, you could have your own Parallelium alliance inside of GalaxyDust. So the way it will work is that we have partnerships like with the one we have with you,
Mhm.
and what you're seeing on the screen is the ship, one of the three ships we created for a company here in Spain that is called Mota Nostra. It's a CBD company, absolutely legal for sure,
Is
super
that
legal.
a weed?
It's actually a CBD company
Oh,
because here in Spain everything is this is allowed and it's super legal.
yeah.
And and what we're doing is that they don't play the game themselves
Mhm.
because there is nobody there to play. But they are not into even NFTs or crypto. The only kind of alliance like this they have is with us.
Mhm.
So what we did was that we created this pack, and they are promoting from all of their websites, which are a lot of them, the pack, and players that are coming from them, they are arriving to the Sasori Metaverse or to another alliances or so on. and they're getting people to play. But with you, since you are in Discord and you have all this, you can create your own alliance. We provide for the community leaders
Hmm.
any hacks and everything you need to command your alliance, so you don't need to do that big of an investment at the beginning. And basically, what I was thinking is that since, as I understand, you don't create so much content in English, and I also don't because I'm not doing it, we can put one day a week, while that we talk together, like how Parallelium is going. If you are into the game of GalaxyDust, how is the game going? We can talk in English, and we can put these videos online to promote both projects and everything. I was thinking about it just now.
Yeah, perfect, man. I'm up to do it. Let's do it. So you want to like schedule um, like a call like this to promote both projects? I,
I,
like
I do one call like this every week.
oh.
I mean, not call. I do like 3 times a week, talks like this with the community.
Hmm.
Just to see, like, just to build community up, answer questions,
Yeah,
show them my face that I'm still here.
actually we have the AMA cast once a week, and we also have one big update every month.
Okay.
Maybe we could do something together, like a big update, you know, of both projects. Maybe something like that, you know.
Yeah.
Instead of
Yeah.
creating two lives, one of in your project, one in your project, we create one live to talk about both projects. The thing is that the dev, the CO don't speak English, so that's the big. But yeah, we can do something like that for sure. Just later after this call, if you want to
Yeah.
see the days you want to do, let's do it, man. I just
Cool.
can't do on Tuesday, because I have the AMA cast, but it's at night. But basically
Yeah.
all day we can do it for sure, and we
Uh,
can build the
so,
community together, put them together to know each project, and it will be amazing. And more people can get used to listen to English calls, because in Parallelium, actually, I am the one that makes the English calls with Marcos, but just we both of us. But the thing is that in Parallelium we really started to do more English calls, because it's for you for too. Like in the future, the more your community grows, the more English um,
yeah.
live streams you have to make. So
That's why I'm pitching this idea because I need to work with the global community,
yeah,
and in English. So I think it will be very useful for both.
yeah, it's hard. I will tell you. All right, because it's hard to bring the. For example, you have the Spanish community. They may
Yeah.
not like it because some of them don't understand, but it's complicated. You can make both, yeah, one in Spanish, but always do one in English. We
Yeah.
always do like a English live stream, even when there is no people. Like the live stream is there. If someone have questions, have ideas, or have questions, or is wondering what's new on the project, we have the English live stream. So it's really important to get the community used to English live stream, because after all, we are building this for the world, not just for the local. You know, like we are in Parallelium, we are not building this just for Brazilians. We are building this for the world. So it was hard in the beginning. Like we removed the Portuguese channel, the announcement channel in Portuguese, and now we just have the English channel. In the beginning, I was like, oh no, like,
Mm.
oh my god, I will remove this channel. They will just quit the project. They won't understand our side, but it's something that we have to do, man. Like to reach the global audience.
For
Uh,
sure.
One thing that I want to suggest for you. I know we are on live stream and people are watching, but it's it's okay. I want to recommend you a platform for your project to be listed. I will send you in the private. If you talk
Oh,
to them, you will be listed on there because they are looking for new projects. It's called Game Boy uh, MX. You can get your project listed on there, and I will send you the information. And
Yes,
it's a
yeah.
platform. There is no compromise, and you get your project list on there, and it's for free at the moment.
Hey,
So it's a
awesome.
good thing. I will send to you. And there is one platform called Revenant. I don't know if I show it. I think I
Yeah,
showed you.
I think you showed.
Yeah, you can talk to them too. I'll send you the information, the contact. And but if you get, for example, the Revenant, they will ask you to, for example, if you make a partnership with them, they will ask you to make more English calls. Because it's the global audience that we want to reach. So
I
yeah,
wanna actually wanna do it. I just have a hard time finding quality content creators that speak English and are
yeah,
talking about these topics, you know. This is only a thing.
yeah, it's hard to find them. Like they charge a lot. I remember that when we had 200 members, they were asking us for, if I remember, is $500. Like we don't in Parallelium we don't have a lot of budget to spend with content creators, so it's really hard to find someone that can understand the idea of the project. So yeah, I understand your side of finding English content creators.
Yeah,
Maybe if you start doing it, like you said, you are thinking about creating it, it's probably better, yourself doing the content in English, so you can reach
yeah.
more people. That's what
Like
we,
do
huh?
both, you know.
Yeah, we can do it.
Mm.
Yeah, I think.
Well, I need to get to another call like in half an hour.
No problem, man.
Uh, yeah, because we are making an update in the security of our net. And this call, I didn't have it planned, but actually in 23 minutes, and I need to get it because it's kind of important. It's security of that website.
That's one of our preoccupations in Parallelium too, because when the game is not fully on the blockchain, it's off chain. There are many chances to happen hacking. You know, if they
Yeah,
find a way to hack the in-game token, it's a mess. So it's a
no, it's
really dangerous
very
thing. But I want to thank you, man, for your time, for your community. I think most of the people here is from your community. So I want to welcome everyone to Parallelium's community. Soon our community and we, of course, if Sazori wants, we will be there in your community and we can
please.
have more
Yes,
talks. This one here was really nice. We talked about a lot of things, and we can keep doing this. I welcome you to join your community, but to support both projects, you know. And also for people that may be watching this live stream on Parallelium's channel, please check their website, their social media, everything, you know. Check them, take a look. If you want to invest, but always like do your research. I think that's how they say, but just
yeah,
for but it's a great project. We won't bring any project that is not good to our community. Makes no sense to bring a project that is not real. So if you are seeing their name in your project in anything related with us, is because it's a really good project, real project with real team behind it. So give it a chance. And yeah, also I make some cuts, I forgot, shorts about some lives. So do you are you okay if I take some shorts about this live stream? It's really good. Also, I will give you some ideas here. You can use the TikTok. We are using the TikTok now to promote our project. Maybe you can start to use TikTok. I don't know if you use that.
no,
It's
I don't
good.
even know what
It's
it
really
is.
good, man. I think the most because if you post something on TikTok, a lot of people will see that, but they are not from blockchain. So maybe you can, yeah, they are not.
I'm not using it so much, but I know what it is. Yeah, yeah, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I use it. It's so much work to
yeah,
create so much content,
yeah, it's really, it gives a lot of more work than we already have, but it may be useful.
but it's good. Yeah, it's a very good way of getting to people.
Yeah,
Certainly.
of course, it's not a really, you can't convert a lot of people because it's hard, but someone will get the idea, will ask you about it, so it's a good thing. Yeah, I mean, you have the call. I'm here talking.
No,
Um,
no, 20 more minutes. Okay, no, it's fine. I just wanted to leave a little bit early to eat something, but no, thank you so much. I actually appreciate a lot your time too. I'm super happy that we found another community that is doing something so similar to us, and that we agree in so many things. I think that I'm also one of the only people that talk English in my team. So I think that us from our teams, that we have this responsibility and this ability also to promote the project where our team cannot. So
yeah,
I'll be more than happy to keep having conversations with you to keep updating the community in both projects. We'll send you the information to join our game and to play it. We're gonna give you everything you need. I will be super happy if you can create a Parallelium alliance inside our game. It will be an honor. You
I
know,
see.
and obviously when your game comes out, you're gonna have a metaverse, Society Metaverse clan in your game for sure.
Let's do it, man.
So let's also keep in touch for our next call. I'm gonna leave the live on my YouTube English YouTube channel
Hmm.
and also. So if you need anything,
Yeah,
and please send me all this information you told me to the inbox because it's very useful.
sure. I'll send you right now before I forget. Because, I have a lot of AMAs this month. I was like, oh, okay. Some people did kit or server. I was like, okay, you're gonna kit or server? So I'll, so I'll do a lot of AMAs. So this whole month we have a lot of AMAs. We have three
Yeah,
on Friday. Three AMAs on Friday, man. So yeah,
that's a lot.
let's spread the project. Uh, that's
I need to start doing that in the English community and also with Brazilian community. And I need to see how to get to more people. But yeah, we're growing and people from different communities are getting into the project even before we do the promoting. So super happy.
yeah, man. I see. I also I saw a video about your project in the Brazilian community in the Multiverso NFT channel, which is good. Like you'll be able to get more content creators to join your project, make more content about your project. I will also send your project again to your content creator group because
Yeah,
sometimes they don't see since I use that group to talk about Parallelium too. But I'll send again so they can see
thanks.
and they can go to your server and talk to you.
Sure, 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 sure. Bueno, big hug for you, man. Nice to meet you again on this talk. I'm so happy again, and let's see when we do it one more time.
Sure, man. Let's do it. How many times uh, it's good for us, you know. We need to reach more people, of course. Thank you, man. Thank
Certainly.
you, everyone. Um, I'm going there, but we see you again in the near future.
Say,
Thank you.
I know.
Bye bye.
Bye.